Wow. Hey!
Hey! All right. Woo! Welcome to Frog Valley Hour.
Yeah.
On this Saturday, doing it on a gray, cold Saturday. Yeah. I'm Natisha Anderson. That's who I am.
Hey, Natisha.
We got Erin Mohr. Coming in with the bright red lipstick. We got Kayla Esmond.
Yeah.
She's burning down the patriarchy. That's right. That's what we're doing. So to start us off, burn down the boys club. I wore my t-shirt to Home Depot and I felt like such a badass. But I felt like they're either gonna fight me or they're gonna be like, "Oh, we better stay away from that lady."
No, that's perfect. That's a perfect place to wear it because, like, you're actively letting all the straight men know that, like, you oppose the patriarchy, and you're letting all the lesbians know that you are down. You know?
Yeah, down. I let them know. And
although I gotta say, Home Depot, not necessarily all straight guys. It's a known place for guys to cruise.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's like having a building as a beard, basically.
Real and haven't they like supported like anti like LGBT legislation and stuff? The owner, or I think the owner's I don't know.
He donated to the Trump campaign. They donated to the Trump campaign, yeah. I mean, it's fine. It means you can steal from Home Depot now. It's on the table.
That's what we yeah. So, speaking of Home Depot, today we're gonna do therapy time.
Yay!
Love it.
It's
Need
therapy
it.
time. It's therapy time. It's therapy time. What are the disorders in my mind? It's therapy time. It's therapy time. What will my cognitive behavioral therapist find? All right, great. So for therapy time, what we're going to do, we're going to start with a famous therapy exercise called What Do You See? I'm going to show you some, for example, I would show you like this picture. And you would tell me what you see. And through that, we can explore the recesses of your mind. And we can explore what's going on within you on a subconscious level. All right, we're on board. We're on board. Here we go.
On board.
First picture. Erin, what do you see?
Oh, God, give me a break. Obviously, looking at an owl.
Oh, an owl. Okay.
An owl who was very surprised and is rendered speechless.
Oh, a speechless
That's what
owl.
I see. And a pair of tits.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I feel like from that, I get that you owls are wise. So you seek wisdom. Wisdom is a priority to you. And you also enjoy good tits.
Yeah. You got me. That's
okay.
Me to a T. Tease.
Yes. Okay, Kayla, here we go. What do you see?
I see a really frazzled alien. He's just gotten here, and he's got like an anteater type mouth. And he's just gotten here, and he's like, "Oh no, what's going on? Y'all are so stupid. Y'all still use electricity, you dumb morons." And he puts his hand in a socket, and it's go. So an upside down ball sack.
So you see electrocuted alien, which perhaps means that you are electrocuted or excited by things of another world. And also you see balls. Right?
You got me. That's you might as well be like my astrological sign. You got me.
Right. Okay, Erin, what do you see? What is it?
I see I know what I see. I see Bill the cat, a very drunk Bill the cat. If you guys familiar with Bloom County? Before your time.
But I believe you.
I
It's a
believe.
cartoon. It's a cartoon cat named Bill, and one of his eyes are bigger than the other,
Okay.
and a pair of tits.
Oh, okay. So you see a cat cartoon, perhaps from your childhood,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And a memory that I think that was a fond memory. I think that was a fond memory. I feel like you felt positive. How do you feel about Bill the cat?
I feel very positive about Bill the cat. He was a source of joy.
Okay.
In my young life.
Mm-hmm. And tits.
And tits. Yeah.
And
also a source of joy in my young life.
Yes. Okay.
And adult life.
Gotta love
Yeah. And we got one final one for Kayla. What do you see?
So I'm seeing an Olive Garden eggplant parmesan with 2 sides of spaghetti to go with it. But like one of them is that kind of spinach spaghetti, that veggie spaghetti that they do for like, the new agey goop motherfuckers. And the other one is gluten-free. And they usually slice up the eggplant, but this weirdo wanted the eggplant whole fried. So
Okay.
big fat penis jizzing on my face.
Okay. So you see that the penis in addition to the eggplant parmesan?
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe immediately following the eggplant parmesan.
Okay. So when you eat here, your family, right?
Yeah, family, and then you go jizz on my face. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. I think that's unlimited breadsticks, right? Unlimited breadsticks. Nalani also said hairy balls. I think that was the this one perhaps that Kayla saw. Yeah.
I can make an argument for any one of them being hairy balls. I'm prepared to argue the case for any one of them.
Okay. I feel like perhaps you have a fixation with hairy. Maybe that's what we're getting to. Maybe that's what we're deducting. Okay, so now after
assist from Nalani. Thank you, Nalani.
That
is Bill the cat.
You're right. It did look like that.
I don't know Bill the cat, but Bill the cat looks like I feel like Bill the cat feels. It looks like he's had a rough day.
Yeah, that is into a T.
Okay, so who was your favorite or least favorite therapist and why?
Oof. I've had lots of good therapists. My least favorite could be a tie between the first therapist I had as an adult, who didn't think I was transgender, and another therapist I had because I was out in the middle of nowhere, and I had to take what I could get, and I had this hippie therapist whom I loved. She was fantastic, but a little hippie, a little bit hippie.
I feel like a lot of therapists need therapists. Like, like they still need therapy. A lot of them are like, and it's also kind of like the hippy dippy, like used to be a drug addict, now they teach yoga. Like I think that same correlation is often with therapists as ex-drug addicts yoga. It's often there, not always. But often.
Yeah, the word for it, like heal thyself, is what the phrase that comes up. I studied psychology.
Oh,
in college. That's my BA in psychology.
Okay.
That's I'm utterly. I'm absolutely fascinated by the audacity of a therapist telling you you're not transgender, because it's not. That's so rude in the moment. But like, how do you? You're like, oh, I'm transgender, and they're just like, no, you're not. No. I think I know your mind a little better than you living. Okay? I got a piece of paper on the wall, okay, that says I know what you're thinking better than you do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The audacity.
I think I'm depressed. Nah. No. You're not.
Yeah.
No. You're fine.
You're fine. I had a therapist threaten to break up with me if I didn't get medicated for ADHD. And she was my favorite ever. So I did get medicated. I'm not currently taking Adderall, which is not very good for anybody. But yeah, she threatened to break up. She's my favorite. She retired. We're so sad. But yeah, she was my favorite. Kayla, you've got some recent therapy experiences.
Yes. And you know, it's funny because like my favorite therapist, like I really like the therapist I have now that we've managed to like get past the ghosting me part and my appointment, which to her credit, even though I like joke about it in the joke because it's better, to her credit was not her fault. It was the scheduler's fault.
Okay.
But my favorite therapist was my therapist, one of my therapists in Arkansas. She was my favorite because she thought I was funny. And she would always tell me she thought I was funny. Because she figured me out. She had my number, that bitch. She figured me out in 2 weeks where she was like, she would laugh at my jokes and then I'd open up more and she started to be like, you're really funny. And then I'd like tell her even more. And I was like, fucking manipulative bitch. And then my least I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that's like a criteria for me. Like, my therapist has to think that I'm funny, and like, I have to dazzle them. Like, they have to be dazzled by me. And also, I always have this like this desire to be their favorite.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
My least favorite therapist was the therapist at Washtenaw Baptist University that I had to talk to when the rumor went around that I was having sex with my female roommate. And they called me in and they were like, are you having sex with women? And I was like, you signed a contract that said that you wouldn't have sex before marriage or ever with women. And I was like, we heard that you were sleeping with your roommate. And I was like, that's not true. That's not true at all. That's not, no. I'm sleeping with everybody but my roommate. We just cuddle, I'm fucking everybody else. She just doesn't tell on me when I fuck chicks in our dorm, but I'm not fucking her.
Yeah.
But I managed to slide out of that one because I just didn't answer any questions until I was like, where did you hear that? I have no idea what you're talking about. And they're like, we heard you were sleeping with your roommate, Jillian. And I was like, you heard wrong, motherfucker.
None of that.
If they had like ascertained that I did have lesbianistic tendencies, I would have had to like keep going back and seeing him. And he was just this like bald fuck. He was one of those two, like there are two different kinds of like intense Christians in the South. And there's the kind like our ex-drug addicts don't become therapists, they become youth pastors. So there's like ex-drug addicts and they're super in it for the Lord. And there's the people that have like never touched alcohol in their lives, never touched weed in their lives, like waited till they were married to kiss. But they also like to get butt fucked by like their pool boy, like they're he was that kind of therapist. That's who he was. And I was glad to avoid having to see him.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next question. Have you ever been obsessed about anything? Ooh, it could be a person, activity. I think I love mermaids. Maybe I'm a bit obsessed with mermaids, possibly, you could say. Any like mermaid show, I'm like, I have to watch it. And there's a show for 16-year-old girls. No, like 8-year-old girls. It's real dumb. On Netflix. And it's Australian, and the whole like 3 seasons, it's like, oh no, they're going to find out we're mermaids. That's the plot. And I like have binged it. I don't even know how many times. Like it's my favorite thing.
I love it. Aren't they? That's the one where they're like, oh no, all the time, right? Okay. Oh, no. It's on TikTok now. Is there like? Or sound bits from that like show over other things where they're going, oh no, they're gonna find out our secret. And they like,
I
so like swallowed. It's so funny to me.
I'm so behind. I need to get on TikTok. I don't know what's happening in that world.
I'm way too old to be on TikTok. But I love it.
You're too old.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun though. I enjoy TikTok. But obsessed with anything, I have like this notorious obsession with getting the aesthetic of the sets for the plays that I like produce and direct, like getting them perfectly to the point where I've built entire sets just to like tear them down or completely repaint them. Like I made these big giant trees for one of my plays. I made 2 full-size like cherry blossom trees. And I like stood in the back of the theater and I was like, they look like shit. And I fucking tore them all down and I rebuilt a whole second set of fucking trees overnight. I was like, I hate them. Yeah, I'm obsessive about the aesthetic of sets that I'm in charge of.
Did you have helpers make those with you or did you make it by yourself?
Some yes, some no. Josh helped me make the set for one of my plays, is Bees and Honey Drown. That ended up getting completely repainted. My mom helped me with my second set of trees because she just like happened to be in town towards the tail end of it. And she was like, well, I guess the faster we get these done, the faster we can go do shit. She helped me with that. But I mean, I've also done a lot by myself. I've pulled all-nighters just repainting a door 6 different times because I like couldn't figure out the right light balance to hit it with. So I was like, I'll just repaint the door. I don't want to fuck with the lights. I'll just repaint it. Real dramatic about it. It's very much a martyr complex.
I imagine your helpers being like, oh no, look away. She's angry, you know.
She's in one of her moods today.
Months beyond her menses.
What about you, Erin? Obsessed ever?
Aside from my own hotness, I am I've recently become obsessed with a Instagram account called Kids Getting Hurt. And it's fabulous. So go to Instagram, look it up, Kids Getting Hurt, and it is exactly what you would think. It's just videos, short videos of kids falling down, getting hit in the face with balls. These are submitted by their parents.
Well, it's great too, because like when adults get hurt, you're like, oh, that they're gonna need to replace that knee. But when kids get hurt, they just like bounce and carry on.
I know. Yeah, they fall down. It's just like, boop, you know, they can fall down all day.
There are so many kids getting hurt.
Do you have a favorite child injury you prefer?
God, there was one the other day where this kid had a box on his head and he was running around because his brother was chasing her, and then she just ran right into the wall and just boom. I mean, it was it was cartoon. It was almost cartoon violence, like, you know, cartoon like in its hilarity. I don't wish them harm. Let's just be clear about them. I do not wish them.
Well, it's not kids getting injured.
Permanent or temporary harm. You know, like not even
it's
a
not
bruise.
Kids getting injured. It's just kids getting momentarily, temporarily hurt.
Yeah, I know.
There's a video that lives like fully rent free in my head. It's like 3 seconds long. It's of this little girl throwing a ball for her golden retriever, and she's like, "Go!" And then it like pulls. It's like leashes are like next to her or something, and it pulls her down, and she's like, "Go!" As she slaps on the.
Oh no!
And we would play it before shows at the Looney Bin in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh,
It lives rent free in my fucking mind. It's so funny.
Oh, I hope she like made some commission off that. You know, like
Visuals for it.
At the Looney Bin. If you could eliminate one thing from your daily schedule, what would it be and why? Good question.
Good question.
Pooping.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Filthy habit.
You got a bidet. You're fancy though.
Yeah. Well, Kayla and I are both in the bidet club.
Very fancy. Very
Yes.
butthole brigade over here.
Mm-hmm.
I did because, like, you know, it's filthy and I need to feel fresh afterwards.
Mine is similar, but it would be cleaning the kitty litter boxes.
Oh,
God!
Not even my own poops, you know.
Do you have like a spatula shovel situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spatula.
That's like a little metal shovel thing that you sifter shovel that you like.
Yeah. Do you do that?
Sift it for gold, but shitty.
Is that every day? I don't have a cat. I don't know. Is that like an everyday thing that everyday people do?
You know, it's probably supposed to be.
Okay.
It's an every other day thing. It's an every other day thing. Sometimes it's an everyday thing. It depends.
No judgment.
We've got enough kitty litter boxes.
I know. Well, here's the thing. My cat wouldn't let me get away with it. He would shit on the floor if it was the slightest poop in his. He was a fucking diva.
We've got a lot
I had to do it.
litter space. We've got enough litter space for all of them. It's like we've got this like hardcore heavy because we have so many cats. We get the most like hardcore shit. Like we have the most hardcore litter, the most hardcore like sprays to go with
industrial.
Yeah, like we're basically running like a small cat zoo over here.
It's like Bengal tiger strength litter.
Got that like industrial level shit. Yeah. But no, I mean generally yes, but sometimes I'll skip a day.
Okay, no judgment. No, I've got a month without washing my hair. Like,
love it.
I'm dirty. I'm so dirty. Like every time I take a shower, or I'm like, oh, I have to take a shower. I don't want to. And my husband's like, you'll feel better afterwards. I'm like, oh, I hate it.
Yeah, my executive dysfunction comes out real bad with showers. Cause like, yeah, of course I'm going to feel better afterwards. I want to go do it, but I'm just like, but it's a whole thing. Like that's a whole fucking task.
And it's like, I don't like being cold. And like when you get out, I'll bring a space heater in there. Like, yeah, I've got a month. Like a month. Yeah. I'm dirty. I'll say it. If you were to write a self-help book, what would it be titled and what would it be about?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go. Please go.
I would name it Slowly Drowning in a Sea of Trying My Best.
Oh.
It's about learning how to fail forward.
Love it.
It's about it would be about like how to, even when you feel like the odds are stacked against you, even when you feel like you're failing, like just breaking away and making your own opportunities. Because that's something that has served me exceptionally well as an actor is like, once I like started learning that I didn't need to, once I stopped like being hurt by not getting to other people's projects and realized if I wasn't doing other people's projects, I can just go do my own projects. And that doesn't like say anything about me or like my skill level or anything. Mm-hmm. I kind of like shifted my perspective about performance and work and like all of this stuff. And I think like taking somebody through that realization process for me of like the difference between being an actor and a comedian and being like a creative. Mm-hmm. That's where I get really like, this is some real like bougie shit on my part maybe, but like it's not about being like a comedian or a director or an actor, but being like a creative and having that be like it's just an artistic being and finding ways to create no matter what. That would be mine.
That's good.
I like it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Getting a double. You get a double. Can you guys hear an echo?
Oh no.
No. Okay, it went away.
Oh good.
I'd read it. That's good stuff. Okay. That's good stuff.
I the only thing I came up with is how to get on Facebook while looking like you're topless. Because this looks like I am not wearing any top at all. I am wearing a top. You guys saw it earlier.
That could be called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
There you go.
Repurpose that old music. Is that a reference that still lands that musical from the 70s?
It does. I have a copy of the soundtrack on vinyl back there.
That's so fun. Okay.
Down to the right.
And we have, before we do our final question, we're going to say, hey, everybody, please send us suggestions where we razzle dazzle you with our riffing. So please send us suggestions if you got them. Please send us suggestions. Final question. Oh, what should we do? So many. I need this in my life. Okay. This is more for me. Like, help me. Please. What is your idea for distressing? Like, how do you distress?
Woo, I need this too. My current formula, edibles and alcohol,
Yes.
probably not sustainable over the long haul.
Uh-huh.
Outside of that, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. Exercise? I don't know.
I was just gonna pop in here with this pun. It's not sustainable for the long alcohol.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
wait a minute.
That's what it is. Laughter, my friends. That
Yeah.
is distressing. Puns. Good puns.
There it is.
Good puns and
Will
laughter.
take us through everything.
All right, good puns and laughter.
I recently, my de-stressing has been a weird one. There are a couple of like very specific kind of like therapists on TikTok that I follow.
Uh-huh.
And there's one in particular that has been like changing my world recently. Because I've always been so stressed. I've had so much stress like connected to like the cleanliness of my house and stuff. And like to a point that's almost too much, where it's like it's clean, but like, there's a little bit of clutter, that's okay. But she's all about deconnecting or like disconnecting the idea that like cleanliness is moral. And like it's very much about like, just because you haven't done your dishes today doesn't mean you're a bad person. All it means is that you haven't done the care task that you need to for tomorrow. It's just a task. It's not a moral reflection of who you are as a human being. And like something about just like, it's made it easier for me to clean and do dishes, because it's not like, oh, if I don't do these, I'm a bad person. It's just like, oh, if I don't do these, I won't have dishes. And like, that's all. It's like, I'm not a bad person and I just don't have dishes, and that sucks, but it's not like me being shitty. And something about like really focusing on that, like little things of like, and I've taken that beyond just cleaning, but like figuring out how to disconnect like things that like things of that nature from morality has been very helpful for me in de-stressing. I find very often when I'm stressing about stuff, it's things that like, I'm like, oh, this makes me a bad person. This means bad things about me. And it's like, no, it doesn't. It just means I didn't do this today or whatever,
That's good that you're aware of that, because I feel like that's not something you have to say I would be aware of, and I'm sure that's there
for sure.
What?
It's something I've learned about myself for sure.
Yeah, that's
that I needed to work on.
I feel like Eddie Pepitone had a Facebook post one day, and it was like said something like I've spent 3 years cleaning my house to avoid my life's purpose. And I was like, oh, and I feel like I get so like hyper focused on like not cleaning because I'm dirty, but organizing, like organizing, decluttering. Like the beginning of the pandemic, I would get up and like organize the whole day, and then go to bed exhausted, and then get up, and organize the whole day. And that was like all I would do. And I feel like that's something that I can just like hyper focus on, and just like, this is all that matters.
It's so rewarding in the moment, because it's something like when things are out of control, it's something that you can, and you can't like see the progress you're making like just in life. You can physically watch, like you dump this pile of stuff out, and then you physically like can watch it shrink. Like you watch yourself succeed at something, you watch something happen. It's I totally get that. Although I'm really bad about like, I tend not to get past the part where I just dump things in a pile and then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm done. Oh, whenever I clean, I always have like I have like keep, get rid of, and then kind of like a what the fuck pile that I'm like, I don't know, I'll deal with it later. I don't know, and then that never goes away and I never deal with it,
Being a theater person and doing film and stuff makes it even harder though, because I'm always like, oh, maybe it's gonna be a prop someday.
Oh, so many like costumes and like I have a chicken costume I've used once in like 7 years, but it's like, you might need a chicken costume, I have like a spider costume.
I have a werewolf costume out in the garage. Yeah.
You never
I am never more productive on doing a bunch of other stuff when there is one task I really need to be doing that I'm avoiding.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, but I really have to clean the closet and shit. Finding a job, no, that can wait.
Well, I think that concludes therapy time, everybody. Yeah, therapy time. Therapy time? What are the disorders in my mind? It's therapy time. It's therapy time. What will my cognitive behavioral therapist find? We did it.
I love that song. You need to find a way to repurpose that because that's amazing.
They made that up. Like, so, a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy, a lot of observational therapy, group therapy, art therapy. Don't want to brag. Okay, now I think you're going to be razzle dazzled.
Shit,
by
really?
The comic stylings of the one, the only Erin Mohr.
Oh, thank you. I will promise razzle. I don't know about Dazzle. I don't know if I can bring the Dazzle today. But I will try. This I promise. Let's see. I was going to go through the thank you all for the words. Josh and Nalani, if anybody else wants to send some, type it up in the comments below and we will rip on it. As Natisha said 3 or 4 times before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm avoiding. This is avoidance. I was saying this earlier. I saw this and my brain just couldn't read it. I was having problems. I was like, Colonel America? Is this some doll from like China that, you know, they can have Captain America, so they have Colonel, and then they misspell it. But I figured it out. It's colonial, isn't it? It's colonial. Can't pull one on me. What else can I talk about? Sandwiches. The best kind of sandwiches are the kind of sandwiches you get after a night of clubbing. And that's how they invented club sandwiches. Yeah. How many minutes have I killed? Have I killed enough minutes? I have still ghosted. Last week I didn't get to do all of my set. I'm still been ghosted by them. I've unfriended on Facebook. So I got you. I know you feeling the burn. And then I went to Tinder and then unmatched on Tinder. So, nice. Yeah, this is what you do if you mess with me, folks. I will unfriend you with a vengeance. And that's a club sandwich, folks. Yeah. I don't know why. Oh, God. I've been spending the last couple days crying, but I think a good Lifetime Christmas movie would cheer me up. We watched that. Have you guys heard about that lesbian one?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I couldn't get past the first 5 minutes because I was crying.
Oh no!
I was like, oh, one of them's tall, just like the girl I dated, and she was tall too, and I'm shorter. It's like it's us. It's totally us.
That's so funny.
Oh, for the love of God, please tell me that's been 5 minutes. It's close enough. All right, that's enough. Thank you.
Yes. Erin Mohr. I haven't seen it. What's the name of it? Do you know?
I don't know. Nalani,
Kristen Stewart in it.
Do you remember? Kristen Stewart's in it. Yes.
And people talk about it.
Yeah. It's a great cast.
Is it Hallmark or is it like Netflix?
Hulu.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm looking it up. Don't you worry. We're gonna solve this right now.
You should know. Nalani, put your drink down. Come on. Sorry.
Happiest season.
Happiest season?
That's it.
Happiest
That's
season.
it.
Happiest season. I need to check that out. I've not seen it.
Can't tell the audience about some good lesbian movies without letting them know, where to find that shit.
Yeah.
Nalani and Josh.
Happiest season. That's right. So, hooray! Christmas lesbian movie. Yay! Great, Erin Mohr. Next, we have the comic stylings of Kayla Esmond. Woo!
Yay. I've had a fun week. This weekend, I woke up and I had so much swelling that I had like a full third tit on the side of my chest. Perkiest one I have. It's great. It's the best looking titty I have presently.
Oh my gosh.
It really does, like, juxtaposed against my other breasts. You can really tell how saggy they are. It's my tits don't know that I had the abortion. They think that we have the baby. I didn't tell it. I just never had the heart to tell them. So they've been, just lowering. But I just woke up, I woke up with all of this swelling. I was like, all right, this isn't good. So I call up one of my free doctors because I get to see free doctors. And I love free doctors, but they are a mixed bag. Because half of the free doctors, they went to Harvard and they're like, I turned down $100 million job running the biggest hospital for the rich on a private island in the Caribbean so I could take care of the poor because this was my calling. And the other half got their degrees playing an operation game at DeVry. Just a mixed bag. I saw a teledoc. I saw I had a telehealth appointment. And it's interesting being examined in this area on video with a doctor I've never met. It was kind of like an awkward OnlyFans where the government paid him to look at my tits. Which, fair enough. You should get a government check for looking at my titties. That's a public service. I feel like you should be able to work off speeding tickets by just looking at my titties and making me feel good about myself. It's community service right there. But he didn't know what was happening. So he sends me to another free doctor, an in-person free doctor. And she was like, this is weird. I was like, word. I asked her, I was like, what do you think it could be? And without looking up at me, just staring at my chart, she was like, I don't know, usually breast cancer. Woo! Apparently free doctors are like cheap sex workers. Eye contact is extra. I was like, I'll slip you a 20. You want to tell me again? Which is it's fine. It's fine. Because it's not the first time I've been told that I have cancer or that I might have cancer. I had cervical cancer in my early 20s. And I don't tell people about it often because all I had to do was have a surgery and I was done. I just had this massive in my cervix. And I didn't have to do chemo or any of that. And so it's I just genuinely through and through had pussy cancer. It was just the most recent case of cancer. But it's not the first time. I actually, the first time I found out I had cancer, I thought it was because of HPV. I just assumed that it must be because of HPV. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is God getting me for slutting around at the Baptist University. This is what this is. This is his back for me. And then my doctor was like, oh no, it's not from HPV. You don't even have HPV. And I was like, I don't have HPV? How? What kind? Am I an HPV ninja? Statistically, just going through college, pew, 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 pew. How do I not have HPV? Statistically, there are two things that I am better than the average human at. Significantly, there are two things. It's not catching HPV and not getting caught when I'm drunk driving. Statistically, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm not saying I'm proud of it. I'm just saying statistically, I am better than the normal human at both of those things. No, they don't know what it is. They're like usually cancer. They were like, it's either breast cancer or it'll just go away on its own and we'll never know. Oh. Like, can I get the writers of House to come in here and diagnose me, please? I want the writers of House to come take a look at this. I feel like they could they could solve this in 45 minutes. They could figure this out with some Googling, I'm not so concerned. It's not the first time I've been told I might have cancer. It wouldn't even be the first time I had cancer. So it's I've kind of been able to this time I'm having a little more fun with it. I know where I can get free coffee. I know how I would use it to be a dick to people. I forgot the first part of this. I got cursed by a mentalist on Facebook, and I think it's working. Oh my gosh. Like, I think that if I do have cancer, Mark Louvain from Little Rock, Arkansas is not kidding. He has powers. His hex book worked. Okay. He cursed me with a stress curse on Facebook. But like, it wouldn't be the worst thing because like, I'm not super attached to my tits. They're just okay. Like, I've talked enough shit about them. You know, they've been looking at the floor and for the door for a long time. I don't blame them. Just losing my tits wouldn't be the worst tragedy. Ass cancer would be a tragedy. Ass cancer would ruin my whole life. Like, if I have breast cancer, you know, it's scary, it's bad, but I would at least get free titties on California's dime. Reconstructive titty surgery from California. That's not so bad. Like, I don't know how breast reconstructions work. Like, is it like a haircut? Do I bring a picture of a celebrity I want to look like? Or can I just tell them I want the Rachel? Like, that's coming back in a style, right? I don't know.
Oh God.
I had one more joke about that I cannot remember now, but I've done 6 minutes.
Yay!
I remember.
Do it.
I'm not mature enough to have a disease with breast in the title. I would go around telling everyone I got titty cancer. Like, the doctor would be like, 1 out of 10, what's your pain? I'd be like, 6.9, doc. Pew, pew, pew. He'd be like, all right, okay, we're not using that. Okay, on orange frowny face to green smiley face, where are you? And I'm like, which one's the dirty one? Pew, pew.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I heard Nolani laughing during that set, Kayla. Well done.
But it was just when I said I might have breast cancer. That's the only time she laughed.
Oh God.
Nolani, I love you so much. Nolani, this is for you. It was
Oh my God.
A different kind of show, everybody.
Hey, you started off with boobies, so this is where
were
it goes.
naked and talking.
I can't hold my White Claw anymore, you guys. A week and a half off drinking. I can't hold my boobs anymore.
Can't hold it. Oh my gosh. Ninja. HPV Ninja. That's so funny.
But really though, it blew my mind because he was like, you have cancer. I was like, that fucking sucks. And he was like, but you don't have HPV. And I was like, how? How?
You skipped it. You darted that one.
Statistically, it doesn't make sense, but there we go. You know,
you missed it. Yay!
Chlamydia, no HPV. What a world.
Speaking of HPV, Barbies. Let's talk about Barbies. Speaking of HPV, so when I was young, my best friend who was a boy, we would always play Barbies together. And it was so much fun, like for hours, like we'd have like an 8-hour like Barbie session, you know, like we just played Barbies all day. And his stepdad eventually was like, boys don't play with Barbies. You can't, and was like, don't play with Barbies when you're in Tisha's house. And so every time we'd start to play with Barbies after that, he would be like, my stepdad, Rob, says I can't play with Barbies. And I'd be like, okay, I heard you. Grab that Barbie and we're gonna dance. You know, he had to like get it out. You know, he had to get it out. And like playing with Barbies, because Rob was afraid he would be gay. Oh, like playing with Barbies doesn't make you gay. Being gay is what makes you gay. You know. And like Barbies are like the most over-sexualized back in my day, especially when she had her big titties, you know. And Barbie used to have that little tiny waist before she got part of the Me Too movement. But yeah. Like they were the most hyper-sexualized doll, you know. Like every little boy should be playing with Barbies, you know. And like He-Man was pretty. He-Man was pretty gay. Like he was pretty gay. But like Barbies were like they were all like, yeah. He had his like lion lover that he would. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I don't remember He-Man. So that I played Barbies. I forced my friend to play Barbies as a child. even though he would try to be like, I'm not allowed to. I don't care. Pick up that Kindle. We're doing it. It was always about plot. It was always about plot and story. It was never about like making him pretty.
You were fighting the man. You were
What?
fighting the man.
What?
You were fighting the man, even as a child. You were fighting against the man.
I was fighting against the man. I was. I fought against that man. I love Lifetime Christmas movies because Hallmark and Lifetime are so different. Like Hallmark is most of your, do you know that's like Hallmark is most of your Christmas movies. And like, my husband wrote a movie for a company that sells to Hallmark, and there are like, you have to have like the older, like wise kind of dad figure who like advises the girl. Like, tropes in it you have to meet, and they can't kiss until the very end. They can almost kiss, they can't until the very end. And like there are rules. Like the girls, there can't be like a competing, like girls can't be like at each other, like competing over a guy. You know what I'm saying? There can be like an ex-girlfriend that the guys may be interested in, but they can't be like competing with each. There's rules. Lifetime though is like, Lifetime is your like, oh no, a woman jaded, and like the like, this woman, this guy's ex-girlfriend's gonna come back and kill me because I'm now his new girlfriend. Like, it is straight up like, I have another friend who writes for Lifetime. He's written like 6 or 7 Lifetime movies. Like he's killing it, Lifetime style. But like there has to be like a fake, like a almost death at this plot point, and like an almost death. They have to be threatened at this plot. Like it's very like there's like a formula and a structure to it. So I think Lifetime Christmas movies is hysterical because that would be like, I don't know, like a woman jaded, like she tried to put tinsel up. It was, oh, ho, 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 no, no, no. You know? Oh, this year, Cassandra, her and her ex-husband, they're splitting, but Cassandra's still going to try to make a go of it. She's going to try to put up decorations, even though it pains her. Each ornament reminds her of their first date, their second date, the first time they kissed, the second time they kissed, their trip to Monte Carlo. Every time she puts it up, it pains her. So Cassandra, with the rage and the pain of the love she once has, goes out and kills Veronica, the hoe bitch that he's now dating, because Veronica stole her man. So Veronica's going to try to hit her with a car. That's a good one. They always try to hit him with a car. And then she's going to blame it on a reindeer. Because ho, 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 no, no, no. It's not a Merry Christmas. It's not a Merry Christmas when Veronica steals your man. Like, I would love to see that. And then they all drink hot chocolate. They drink hot cocoa at the end, but it's really like Veronica's blood that Cassandra put in there, you know, like some like weird Titus twist at the end where it's like, oh, you're eating your child. That's what I want to see. Speaking of children getting hurt. Okay.
Veronica's on the Lifetime.
Yeah. Do I have anything else to say? I think that's all I have to say. Yay, team, we did it. Thank you, Josh and Delaney. Thank you, everybody. I don't have anything else to say. Do you ladies have anything to say?
Just because Delaney brought it up, there is a vaccine for cervical cancer as well as one coming out for COVID. We here at Frog Valley Hour, I don't speak for the other two, but I will right now. Everybody get vaccinated. Yay!
Yay! Yay! So I think that on therapy and vaccines, we end Frog Valley Hour. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Yay! What's the Instagram, Erin? Kids getting hurt?
Kids getting hurt.
Okay. Everybody go to the
Oh, I'm looking up.
Okay.
Instagram.
Yay. We love you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Look so.